Welcome to today's news wrap up. Let's dive right into the top stories making headlines today. U.S. District Judge James Boasberg has ruled that there is probable cause to hold the Trump administration in criminal contempt. This is after we get ruling from the Supreme Court. I think he believes he's a district judge who think he has more say than the Supreme Court. This is ridiculous. The chutzpah of this dude. But this stems from allegations that the administration ignored court orders to redirect the plane carrying alleged Venezuelan gang member mid-flight. The Supreme Court had previously determined that Boasberg Court was not the proper venue for the case and vacated related restraining orders. Despite this, Boasberg criticized the administration for failing to provide satisfactory explanations for its actions. He has suggested appointing an independent attorney to prosecute the contempt if the Department of Justice declines to do so. This situation highlights ongoing tensions between federal courts and executive actions. I mean, this is just ridiculous. A senior Pentagon official, part of the Office of the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, has been suspended amid an internal investigation, marking the second high-ranking official in this office to face such actions recently. The Department of Defense confirmed the suspension, but provided no details on the reasons, citing the ongoing investigation. Sources suggest the probe may involve financial misconduct, though specifics remain undisclosed. This follows the earlier suspension of another top official in the same office, raising concerns about oversight within the Pentagon's intelligence and security operations. The Department of Defense is withholding further comment until the investigation concludes. I wonder what is going on within the Department of Defense. Wow. A Rasmussen Reports survey conducted from April 2nd to 3rd and 6th of 2025 found that 75% of likely U.S. voters believe it is important to prevent non-citizens from voting in American elections, with 51% considering it very important. So that overwhelming majority of the people don't want illegal immigrants voting. Thank God. The poll also revealed that 64% support the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility, or SAVE Act, which requires proof of citizenship for voting. Only 22% of respondents felt that stopping non-citizen voting was not important. The survey, based on 1,048 likely voters, has a margin of error of plus minus 3 percentage points with a 95% confidence level. These findings highlight strong public support for measures to ensure election integrity and restrict voting to just U.S. citizens. David Hogg, vice chair of the Democratic National Committee, is launching a $20 million campaign to challenge incumbent Democrats in deep blue districts. I love it. Let's go. This is the mess that the Raging Cajun was talking about when he was talking about they need to separate themselves. They need from people like David Hogg, these crazy leftist progressives. But his group, Leaders We Deserve, aims to replace what he calls ineffective politicians with younger, more progressive candidates. Some Democratic leaders, including DNC Chairman Ken Martin, oppose his plan, arguing it could weaken the party. And it will. That's why I'm all for it. But Hogg insists his efforts are necessary due to declining approval ratings and a leadership crisis within the party. So he's going to double down on what is turning people off from the Democratic Party. That's why I'm for it. But he has gained support from American Federation of Teachers President Randy Wingerton, who has significant political influence. His initiative reflects growing frustration among Democrats as they struggle to define their party's direction. China is reportedly seeking to re-engage in trade negotiations with President Trump setting preconditions before talks resume. Beijing has appointed Li Qinggang as its new top trade negotiator, replacing Wang Shuin, who played a key role in the 2020 US China trade deal. Analysis suggests that Li's experience in Geneva has helped him establish connections with key stakeholders, including the US government. Meanwhile, Chinese officials have criticized US tariff policies, calling them violations of economic law and harmful to global recovery. So they, of course, they don't mention how they've been screwing us over the years when it comes to tariffs and not allowing American products into their country. The White House has stated that China must make the next move, while Beijing insists it will resist pressure and fight against escalating tariffs. This situation highlights ongoing tensions between the two nations as they navigate trade disputes behind closed doors. In in um in shocking news, in color me shocked news, the UK Supreme Court has ruled that transgender individuals cannot legally be recognized as women under the 2010 Equality Act. I am shocked. The unanimous decision, clarifies that woman and sex refer strictly to biological sex, not gender identity. I mean, I can't believe this is happening right now. And in the leftist UK. As a result, men identifying as transgender women cannot demand to be treated as female under the law. Women rights campaigners celebrated the ruling, calling it a victory for common sense and legal clarity. And I would agree. The decision concludes a lengthy legal battle between advocacy groups for women, Scotland, and the Scottish government. Officials, including Conservative Party leader Kimmy Badenoch and author J.K. Rowling, who I've been surprisingly agreeing with as of late, especially when it comes to this gender stuff, praised the ruling for reinforcing sex-based rights. Lastly, former Congressman Kirk Weldon has made explosive claims about the official 9/11 narrative, arguing that the 9/11 Commission report was falsified. And I would agree. He insists that the Twin Towers were designated to withstand airplane impacts and suggests that their collapse was not solely caused by the crashes. I agree. I mean, these towers were built to withstand a plane crash. That's what's make this whole story, the whole 9/11 narrative, outright false from the gate. Weldon also highlights FDNY chief Oriel Palmer's report of only small fires in the South Tower moments before it collapsed, calling this evidence that contradicts the official explanation. He alleges that his questioning of the events led to retaliation from the Bush administration, including an FBI raid on his daughter's home. Weldon maintains that the 9/11 Commission was a cover-up and asserts that he possesses evidence supporting his claims, though it has never been publicly released. His statements have reignited debates about transparency and accountability regarding the attacks. Well, that's all for today's news wrap-up. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for the latest news. Until next time, peace.